I'm Adam Pah. I'm the principal investigator of the Integrated Justice Platform, and I'm a professor at the Andrew Young School of Policy Studies at Georgia State University.
And my name is Kat Albrecht. I'm the executive director of the Scales OKN, a court data nonprofit focused on making court records public and analyzable for everyone. And I'm also a professor at Truman State University and a team member on the IJP project. And I'm going to kick us off by introducing you to the Integrated Justice Platform and our goals for developing this Proto-Open Knowledge Network. So, our journey to create the IJP started with the identification of a problem and a system that's really important in the United States. And that system is the criminal legal system. So, the United States has the largest criminal legal system in the world. And each year, we spend over $200 billion on corrections and policings, and we resolve over 18 million criminal cases. And we also have the highest per capita incarceration rate in the world. And despite these things, we know that there are consequences, problems, insights, and analyses to be done across that system and with data that leaves that system that represents people's experiences as they return to communities and sometimes return to the system itself. But even though this system is so important and influences so many lives, we lack the data we need to understand, monitor, and intervene in processes of justice. The Integrated Justice Platform is our contribution to a solution to that problem, where we focus on making data that's harmonized, public, and easily accessible. And what this means is we have to do some work synthesizing data across different domains. If you look across the criminal legal system, here we define that as data that comes from the police, things that happen in court, things that happen in carceral institutions like jails and prisons, and then what happens when you leave a jail or prison and are still under supervision on probation as you reintegrate into communities. As you look across all these sources of data, they're extremely fragmented and weren't designed necessarily with intentionality to be connected. And this problem is magnified because every different agency across the United States in each of these domains does things a little bit different. And that makes the challenge for the IJP project to synthesize data across silos so we can see this cycle, but also to be flexible and amenable to incorporating data from different types of systems and different types of places across the US, all into one easy to use platform. So the IJP has a number of champions and users at all sorts of different levels. So at the national level, we work closely with the Incident-Based Statistics Unit at the Bureau of Justice Statistics. And at the local level, we look at data and try to partner with county and state level law enforcement, jails, and courts. And ultimately, that's because we anticipate a very broad population of potential users for our tools. And those users include policymakers who may be trying to create policy and initiate change in communities related to crime, housing instability, or health, think tanks and NGO policy groups, researchers like me and Adam, who might be researching the law, social sciences, or hard sciences, public defenders and different types of legal practitioners, but also, and very importantly, the general interested public, because our goal in making this data easy to use and easy to connect is so that anyone can look things up and see what's happening in the criminal legal system. Our approach to doing this is something we thought a lot about because it's a difficult task to look across the entire country and all these different data systems and figure out exactly where to start. So what we do is we take a case study approach, and this allows us to build infrastructure and pilot pipelines while still delivering substantive results that are the most complete and highest quality data and analysis ever made available to justice system actors and the general public in the locations of our case study. And this lets us accomplish two things at the same time: delivering those high quality insights to practitioners, policymakers, and the public right away in that location, but also building with an eye to national rollout and future sustainability. This also gives us time to build connectable pipelines to other Proto-OKN projects about crime, health services, obtaining resources, and communities. And this is an important element of why this is a Proto-Open Knowledge Network, This gives users the opportunity to ask questions about entities and objects in all different parts of the data system and see how they link together. So to first start our case study, we looked at the state of Georgia. And that's because Georgia has a lot going on when it comes to criminal justice data. Recently, it has the negative distinction of being called maybe the worst place to be poor and charged with a federal crime. And that's indicative of difficulties within the state on establishing usable data infrastructure to gain knowledge, insights, and understand justice processes. So we chose this as a case study to deliver high quality data where we felt it was needed most, while still building our sustainable pipelines. And in particular, you'll see that a lot of our data comes from Fulton County, which is home to the city of Atlanta, and nearby Clayton County, one of the other largest counties in the state of Georgia. And if you're wondering where you can use the data and how you can interact with it, we try to offer you a number of ways to interface with tools, no matter what level of programming skills you have or what types of questions you have. And we host our data tools through the Scales Open Knowledge Network, where we host a number of different types of tools to analyze court data. And all you have to do is navigate to the What We Do tab, and you'll find our data platform and data explorer, where you can ask some of these criminal legal systems questions for yourself.